Sometimes equations contain multiple variables, and to simplify them, we can group the terms that have the same variables, which are called like terms. For example, x and 5x are like terms because they both have x. However, x and y are not like terms. They're different variables, so we can't combine them. Think about it as sorting through boxes. Boxes that have the same color can be put together, but boxes that differ in color have to be separated. Let's get straight into some examples to see how this works. Given these 4 choices, which of the following is a like term of 2x? See if you can figure this out on your own. If you chose B, you are correct. Since 6x has x, it's a like term of 2x. If you're confused about the coefficient 6, remember that the 6 in 6x is just a coefficient. The 6 tells us how many x's there are. So 6x and 2x are like terms. Think about it as having 6 of the same colored boxes. You already have 2, and you can sort them together. Now, you may have picked choice D. The term xy is the same as x times y. While choice D does have an x, it also has another variable y that 2x does not have. Think of this like a box with multiple colors. We can't sort it with the x colored boxes because it has another color. B is the correct answer. Now, which of the following is a like term of 4? See if you can figure this out on your own. If you chose A, you are correct. 7 has no variable, just like 4. The only choice that you can combine with 4 is 7. All the others have unknown variables, so we can't put them with 4. Now, this expression here isn't in the simplest form yet. So let's group all the like terms together. First, let's identify the terms with the same variables. Here, all the n's are like, n, n, n. Adding them together gives us 3n. The 3 here is the coefficient, and the coefficient tells us how many variables there are. Okay, now with what we have left, let's group the constants, or the numbers without variables. And we only have 2 of them, 4 and 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. And if we combine these two together, we have the expression in the simplest form, 3n plus 12. And that's it. Until we know what n is, the expression is as simple as it can be. Now let's double check our work. We just combined the like terms, so 3n plus 12 should be the same as our original equation. Let's replace n with a random number. Let's use 2. If n were 2, our original equation would be 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2. And if we add this out, we get 18. How about the equation we just came up with? 3 times 2 plus 12. We find that this also equals 18. So these seem to be equal. We can try making n any random number, 3, 5, 8. In each of these scenarios, we find that our 2 equations match. Okay, here's another expression. This expression has multiple variables, x and z. See if you can simplify this on your own. Okay, now let's simplify it step by step. First, let's find all the times x shows up. We have 5x, negative 2x, and x. Now, if a variable doesn't have a coefficient like x, that just means there's one of them. So it's the same as writing 1x. So how many x's do we have in total? Well, we have 5 minus 2 plus 1. That's a total of 4 x's. Now for what's left in our expression, we see that we have z and 8. These cannot be added together since one is a constant and another is a variable. So if we combine everything together, we get 4x plus z plus 8. This is the simplest form. I encourage you to come up with some random numbers to use for z and x, and use it in our 2 equations. See if they match. But for the sake of time, I am not going to do that in this video. Let's move on to our 5th and final example. This equation has a lot of variables, so let's break it down. First, what are our variables? We have x, xy, and y. These have to all go into their own groups. Notice that xy is its own term. Since it represents x times y, it can't be combined with x or y individually. Now let's sort through our variables. If we look for x, we find that we have x and 2x. Since x does not have a coefficient, it's the same as writing 1x, since it's implied that there's only one of them. So we are adding 1x to 2x's, which gives us 3x's. Okay, now let's solve for xy. We find that there's only one of them, so we can keep it as it is. Next, let's group the y's together. We find that we have y, y, and y. We have 3 y's, so we can write 3 as our coefficient. Now, if we combine everything together, our expression looks like this. That's a simplified expression. Even though it looks complicated, until we know what x or y is, it's as simple as it can get. Once again, to double check our equation, we could put values for our x and y and compare the original equation with our new equation. Okay, that was a lot. Let's recap. Like terms are terms that have the same exact variables. To combine like terms, we can add or subtract the coefficients of the variables together. Variables and constants cannot be combined together. Different variables cannot be combined together. With practice, simplifying variables will feel like second nature, so here's some practice for you to do. Drop your answers in the comments and check the description for the answers. You got this. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you have comments or feedback, let us know. And that's it for this video. Keep working hard and keep learning. Thank you for watching.